tournament has many unique features. It has the boat race as its core activity, as we shall see soon. It was very colorful and solely an enticing occasion. This water sport brought together various themes including the Serere, a Senegambian tribe which is dominantly associated with traditional fishing.
The colorful scenes Tuesday afternoon at the Gambia Ports Authority Wharf in Banjul. A spectacular cultural display inside the waters of the Atlantic Ocean by the fishing community as hundreds if not thousands of spectators stormed the seaside to catch a glimpse of the traditional boat racing, famously known locally as regatta. Most of us might be obsessed with football, volleyball, cricket and other sports borrowed from the West. But it might interest you to know that several decades ago there existed some exciting traditional sports which were once upon a time the darling of Gambian sports. These traditional games are a mix and blend of culture and sports. With the boat racing competition being part of the 11th Root Homecoming Festival, the event was graced by cabinet ministers and the Africans in the diaspora who traveled thousands of miles to the Smiling Coast to reconnect with their roots.
On behalf of the Minister of Tourism and the organizing committee, you are once again all welcome here. Sit, relax and enjoy this wonderful evening. Thank you very much.
Then came the moment everyone was waiting for. 5 teams, namely Banjul Albert Market, Wafinjago, Bone Road and Bakau, ready and waiting inside the sea to compete in different events. First was the swimming race, and it was a close contest from start to finish as both swimmers demonstrated some astonishing skills inside the water. At the end it was 1-2 for Bara as Pap Jonga and Jegan Y. Job swam away from the rest to finish in first and second place respectively. Next was the biggest of all the events, the traditional boat racing. The boat race was equally a tight contest as both 5 teams paddled their canoes with some real vigor. But after a fascinating but thrilling contest, the Wafinjago team fend off stiff competition to win the race with the narrowest of margins ahead of Bara in second place. The pillow fight was won by Abdullah Sar of Bara, beating all his opponents all the way to victory. The canoe decoration and parade was also won by Bara, meaning the North Bank Coastal Settlement were the overall winners, having dominated most of the events. The event showcased the beauty of indigenous African sport, much to the delight of the visiting Jamaican reggae icon Sizzla and co from the diaspora.
It was a vivid experience for me and I'm honored being here and I'm really happy representing the people from the diaspora and the people in Africa on a whole. Well, education, music and sports goes well hand in hand. It was a vivid experience for me and I wish you can really heighten the spirit to involve a lot more kids in doing such because it represents us as African. You know, we're cultural and we're very exciting about being physical and that's the greatest of all. And seeing the old organization under the auspices of the President and the government, we appreciate very well and we extend all our respect to the sport and we say yes, we love the regatta.
I feel happy, it has been fun and I would love to do it again. Big up His Excellency the President Yahya Jammeh, all his ministers.
It was memorable. I would love to bring it to Jamaica. The slippery pole, the greasy pole, I'd love to see it at the Lucy Regatta in Hanover, Jamaica, one of our 14 parishes. It's creative. I've never seen that aspect of a regatta, but I've seen regattas before. This is most colorful.
One thing certain, the traditional boat racing was real fun, memories of which will linger in the minds of those who travels miles away to visit and know their ancestral home.
Africa, Mother Africa, land of the ancient and the wise. It all began in Africa, the first schools and churches, where my ancestors built the first temples and palaces. Jah Rastafari.
Well then, they only mention history, teach the children our glory in the schools and universities, as it was written in prophecy. Well, this is the reality, from scratchy reggae and Kalonji.
Thank you, Mama, for the 9 months you carry me through all them pain and suffering. No one knows the struggle you bear, just only you. Mama Africa, Holy Manuel King Selassie, regatta, regatta, we love you.
As mentioned earlier, The traditional Jola initiation, otherwise called Futampaf, is a centuries-old cultural engagement. It is one of the dominant activities of any roots program, including this one. Here is a bit of this year's roots Futampaf in this report by Grts' Keba Diba. And before we draw the curtains for tonight's Expedition Gambia program, we will also hear from one of the participants as regards his initiation at this year's Kanilai Futampaf, presided over by His Excellency Sir Professor Dr. Alhaji Yahya A.J.J. Jame.
Deafening and ground-shaking explosions, sending thick dark clouds of smoke billowing into the afternoon sky. From afar, it was all too reminiscent of a medieval battlefield, as the improvised cannons discharged their payloads of gunpowder. Men of mystical powers and skills beyond the confines of the ordinary. The concoctions, the incantations, and the redeem. Perhaps men that fear the stick more than the bullet of a marksman or the sword of an ancient warrior. In Fonyi, Futampap is the initiation and passage of rites into the secretive and often mysterious world of Jola tradition and culture. This is the interface between adulthood and manhood, but it's an institution of knowledge and wisdom.
This is very significant because in African tradition, whatever the tribe is, a man has to go through some initiation to make him a full man, to be initiated into manhood, so that he is taught the secrets of the tribe, the secrets about the bush, the secret about household, being a leader, what is expected of you, and also secret communications, what we call sign language.
Here in Kanilai, it's the replica of the reality of days gone, or of the few that still survive the test of time. Initiates come from all regions and races to go through the rigors and intricacies of the Futampaf initiation process. It was a journey not backwards, but into the past, and a journey to reconnect what appears to be a disconnect between the Africans and black diasporans in terms of common ancestry and origin. Several dozen foreign nationals from all continents, including royalties and superstars, and men and women of all walks of life, going through the various stages and rituals. A Bujes Rumbas, that literally translates as the killing of the hen, is the beginning of the actual process. This is a tricky process, as men of power and wisdom would learn a lot from the behavior of the slaughtered bird.
Before this, they go to all sorts of marabout soothsayers to make sacrifice, remove charities, in order to make sure that it is a hit-free activity. Yeah, but it's not easy. When they cut the